So Martin was just telling us that we're going to get to see more of your character's story's background. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What are we gonna just vaguely?
Can't help but tell the truth.
Yeah, it'll take time. I guess you still have to keep watching. Sorry, just trying to figure out where we are.
I have heard the conversation because Sullivan was yelling. Say it one more time for me.
Martin was just telling us that as the episodes progress this season, we're going to get to learn a little bit more about your guys' characters. Yeah. What can you tell us? Are we going to learn your backstory? Are you going to be more involved in the cases? How's this going to work?
I think it's a little bit of both. Jane walked into a family that was already established. So as the series progresses, you'll learn about us and who we are as a group and how our choices outside of work affect our work life and this nucleus that is created, or that has been.
Ron, your character has always been very skeptical of Jane's existence within the team. Is that going to evolve? Is he eventually going to trust her, or is he going to continue to sort of like be against her being on the team?
I guess for Reade tries to stay objective, unapologetically, and specifically with the situation he's dealing with right in front of him. So he might be opposed right now for this situation, but he might see some benefit later. As time progresses, I'm not sure. I really don't know where Reade will stand. But at the very least, like Audrey said, it was a family that's been established. So when there's a disruption, you gotta question things. No, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
Martin said he got his first choice for every character on the show. Can you tell us what attracted you guys to the roles and what made that happen?
The writing. I wanted to be on the show in any capacity. I read the script and I was like, this is incredibly special. And I didn't know Martin's work before this, but I very much wanted him to be my boss after reading that script, and fought real hard in the audition room for the part.
Why did you see this special?
Oh no, the writing that he was able to break down characters, and just honestly the image of a woman who was completely void of any clothing, any. She was literally naked in more ways than one, and to see that she herself was viewed as a weapon. And with that image of her behind Times Square, for me, was just special and different. And I thought that this was a man that had a certain sensibility about women that I hadn't read in a script in a long time.
What do you think the show connected with people? Well, did you want to answer another question? I'm sorry.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool. But,
what's special in the show? What did you see is special in the show?
I was sold after the teaser. I thought the writing was special within the first 10 pages. So, and my character wasn't introduced yet. So I just wanted to be a part of the show. I was sold. I was like a fan of the show. Like, this wasn't just, oh, what can I do? I was just like, whoa, this is amazing. And yeah, I just wanted to be a part of it. And then upon meeting Martin, he really is a special cat. So I wanted to work with him as much as possible.
I was just going to say, during the summer, they promoted the hell out of the show, and it came out of the gate, scored with people right away. But it's maintained its success. People really connected with it. Any theories on why people are connecting with it?
I think people are connecting to the show because we have no sense of all the advertising and all the push that's happening. We really are a group of people that go into work, keep our heads down, and swing. I think the audience is responding to people that are very much invested in the show. I mean, I was told how much it was advertised. I can't tell you I saw any advertisements. Woke up, went to work, got back in the car, went home, worked on what I was going to work on the next day, and I plan on keeping that same routine until we finish the 22nd episode.
We're shooting here, and we shoot on location, so there have been a few times where it's like, should we cut? The's a bus with a blind spot, like in
the Bronx the other day, no?
Yeah, so like we're and also our friends are calling us like, yo, they're pumping the show, so we're aware of the advertising in that regard. I think the cast grounded this crazy story, and that's why they've been able to connect. And you guys don't even know us, our characters, that much, and yet people are invested because, you know, despite all the craziness, people somehow identify with the characters. You know, it's a crazy premise, but I think the cast have grounded it in a way where you buy it.
You buy the world of Blindspot.
Yeah, you want to know what's going on, who these people are, and now we have a little more room. We got a full series, full season order, I guess, even though it really doesn't affect anything for us day to day. We have time for you guys to find out about everybody else in the show. And again, it's a family that Jane stepped into, so there's a lot of backstory that we can discover and talk about.
How does filming in New York and filming on location really change what it's like to work in New York City as opposed to like a fake
Rob
set?
and I were talking about this. We've seen people have tried and will continue to try, but you can't fake New York City. You can't fake the energy. You cannot fake the color. You cannot fake that crazy man yelling across the street. There is an energy and a vibe and a veracity that our show captures that can only be done in New York. Yes.
You agree?
Does it change, like, you feel more in sort of the world as opposed to...
I left Texas to be in New York so that I just get to be here, and then the people that I'm working while it's happening is cool. Do I think it's different? I don't know. It's all I know. It's all I know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I've done that before. Shoot like Toronto for New York, and it is different. It's different. Like the stakes just aren't as high because you're not really looking at the empire. You know, you're not really looking at the Statue of Liberty. You can't fake that. You know, you can't.
You want to fake Chinatown? Good luck.
Yeah, you can't. I guess in theory you can fake Chinatown, but like you can't.
But it looked really real. I was like,
'Cause
that's
it was,
gotta
we
be
were
Chinatown.
there.
I like looked up. I was like, this has to be.
We were there. It was great.
Here's the thing: how are you gonna fake clearing out Times Square? You're gonna go to Hamilton, Ontario, and put some signs up, and you can't. I don't think people would have watched if we tried to fake that. Like if we tried to shoot Vancouver for Times Square, you'd hammer us for doing that, for trying to fake that.
Not in front of your faces.
No, of course not right now. As soon as we get up, like
Crazy.
and you'd be right. So.
You know, the nature of episodic television, of course, is the directors come and go. I'm just curious, do you feel the directors are bringing anything to the show, anything special to the show? Different?
We've had some great directors, and I think the idea behind our show is to have about a core of 4 or 5. We'll say that everything is filtered through Martin Garrow. So Martin's the man. Martin came in with a plan, and he has made the show what it is.
We're watching the show now as you guys are, so it's not like we've seen the episode. We haven't seen 4. Episode 4 comes on tomorrow, so we'll see what everybody brings as you guys see it.
But even on the set, I would imagine that a different director is going to bring a different attitude, a different style.
Definitely. When there's a different captain at the helm, you're going to get a different vibe. But
there is a blind spot-ness that I think was established in the pilot. And I also think that we're getting to a point where the writers know the story more than anybody, but as individuals, we know our characters more than anybody on this set. So if anybody tell me something about Tasha, it's like, no one's better. I know better. She's mine.
Do you guys have a favorite scene so far in the show? And what do you think is maybe something coming up that's going to surprise fans the most?
Can't answer the latter, because that would negate the surprise.
True.
Favorite scene?
I love watching Marianne and Michael Gaston work together. There's more to come, and it's so good, you guys. When
Carter shows up, that might be my favorite scene.
Yeah, and I I get really excited.
Well, because you guys know what happens.
Yeah. The whole, and that
I almost
stuff,
fucked that up.
we can't say shit about.
No, I almost messed that up.
So there's that, Take it easy. Don't get sued.
We're trustworthy.
Lies.
Just having to keep all those secrets get stressful or just annoying.
Yes, during situations like
we
this.
don't see anybody but each other. Be real. We haven't seen anybody but you guys in the past, what?
Right, so during situations
weeks?
like this where it's like, oh my God, I do know stuff that I can't talk about. It's stressful, but amongst each other, it's like we're just talking about, it's like locker room stuff. We're just talking about our stuff.
So, you guys are taking a hard line on spoilers. Can you give us an idea of the emotional arcs of your characters and like how we see the characters develop, like emotionally, rather than hard facts or anything like that?
Sure. My character in particular is a former cop, and I think that there will be some situations that reminder of difficult things in the past. I think Martin has created a world where they're really smart, really grounded people, but the circumstances will shift and change, and we act according. I can't say anything. It's so terrible.
We act according.
No, I'm not saying anything. That was the worst answer. I apologize for that shit-ass attempt.
Last question, please.
For Reade, Reade's a pretty straight arrow. So just a random tattooed woman showing up, disrupting everything is going to be a ride for him throughout. So I can say that. I can say that much without spoiling anything legally, I think.
Thank you for the answer.
If you guys could cross over your show with another one that's shot in New York or based in New York, I guess, what would be story?
Can we bring The Sopranos back?
That's valid. It's New Jersey,
Yes.
but
Yes.
Tattooed woman shows up in Jersey.
Yeah.
Bada big.
Yeah.
Tattooed woman shows up out of a bag on the Jersey Shore, on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
We go from there.
Sure. It doesn't make any sense, but I just want to watch Edie Falco all
It's
day.
like 5 times the amount of people who get shot.
Yes, lots of shooting.
There's so many people get shot. And all.
Oh, with a tip. I was gonna do a terrible impression.
Yeah, you were.
I was stopped.
What was that?
It wasn't from The Sopranos. I don't know where it was from. No.
Is that
Let's
Mary
go David
Poppins?
Chase.
Who would you cross over?
I don't know. I like The Sopranos. That'd be cool.
Wouldn't it be terrible if you're like, no?
No to The Sopranos crossover? It would be. I kind of have.
Sorry, we could go off on tangents all the time.
It's like a whole fan fiction thing.
So sorry.
We'll stay with The Sopranos.
Okay. It makes no sense, but it does. It really does.
it could.
It's just to watch Edie Falco.
That's it. That's all she wants to do.
And True. Okay. Thanks, guys.